find something cozy to wear in today's practice. We are going to relieve tension. So get comfy and join me on a seat. We'll start sitting up tall. Start to notice what breath you brought with you. Just inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top, and then let's sigh it out the mouth. So that H-ah. Let's try one more time. Inhale through the nose. Take in as much air as you can and hold it at the top. Open your mouth. Sigh it out. Good. If you need a couple more of those, take them. And each breath in this practice, we're going to exhale any tension that we're feeling. And I'll help guide you through it, but you'll hear that several times. So start to close your lips. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Just take 3 breaths here, starting to feel really calm and focusing on that exhaling tension. Maybe the tension is your shoulders coming down your back, a softening in the spaces around your eyes or your jaw. Maybe just letting go of your, like any holding on in your knees or your hips. Let's start by taking a gaze to the right. So gaze over the right shoulder. Don't really push and force here. Just inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist a little more. Super gentle. Inhale back to center. We'll look to the left. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, gaze a little more to the left. Just checking in with the neck. Inhale back to center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. This time, exhale, bring your chin into your chest. We're going to hold right here for 2 breaths. As you exhale, release anything that's holding on in your hips. And scan from the top of your head to your tailbone, right down your spine. Just feeling any stretch or pull that this is offering to you. Feel free to close your eyes. Inhale back to center. And you flip your hands over onto your knees for a little leverage. We're going to start to take the torso towards the right and smoothing the chest across the front of the mat and then to the back. So little torso circles here. Start them small to medium size so you can feel like you're growing them. Moving slowly so you can feel that stretch in the side bodies as you come through each round of circle. Let them get big and wide. Let your chest pull forward. Really kind of lean. Maybe you're getting a little massage on your backside. And then we'll take it to the other side, starting smaller circles. Find your inhales and exhales here. Maybe you exhale as you feel into the stretch on your side body. I feel it in my low hips on each side. Maybe you feel it someplace else. Getting a little bit more loose, trying to not be too stiff here. Incorporate your shoulders if that feels good. 2 more circles. And then we'll just wind down slowly and come back to center in your own time. Sit up tall. Nice. All right, we're going to transition to our back. So really slowly and mindfully, let's plant as much of our body on the ground as we can and move as little as we have to. Just being super thoughtful about how we move ourselves around. Lower down to your back. And right away, let's bring the soles of the feet together. Maybe adjusting so your shoulders get underneath you. And I like here to have my hands on my hips. If you find there's too much tension, make a wider like diamond with your legs by sending your feet forward. Find a good space here. We'll be here for 5 breaths. So come back to the inhale and exhale. And each exhale, you're going to send some attention to these hips or your knees, something that you would like to really relax more. Just play around with that feeling of sending the breath to release tension. Maybe you feel it in your upper body as your shoulders melt into the ground. Or you feel something loosen in this hip area. Let your elbows even be heavy. 2 more breaths here. If you're doing this practice on your own, you could hold for like 10 breaths, just noticing over time how your body tends to kind of release in tight spaces. Then we'll gently slide our hands down towards our knees, probably not to our knees, and just close the legs using your hands. Just again, being so kind to yourself. And bring the knees into the chest. We'll again hold here for 5 breaths and scan yourself. Notice where those exhales just start to loosen your body up, even as we're in this little ball. We're not going to push or strain at all in this practice. We're just going to use our breath to help us release. And if you're like me and struggle with sleeping some nights because things are on your mind that you can't let go, starting your day like this can be a really nice way to reward yourself and to soothe yourself, and it can also be a great way to get ready for bed. So lots of options with this practice. All right, from here, let's bring the feet to the ground. Take them as wide as the edge of the mat and bring the knees in towards one another. They don't have to touch. Again, hands wherever you want. Right now, I like mine on my hip points so I feel that extra grounded support. This is called structured resting pose. So come back to 5 breaths where you're letting go. Maybe you feel yourself let go in this upper back of your thigh, upper back side of your thigh. Let your toes relax too. And maybe over time you start to feel the knees come in a little bit closer to one another. This is a nice transition from the cobbler's pose where our soles of our feet were together, sending our hips out. Now we're kind of bringing them closer together. 2 more breaths. And just letting your knees come away from each other. We're going to take both knees to the right side. So kind of a slow-mo airplane, or not airplane, windshield wiper, just as if the windshield wipers got stuck on the right side. I've been feeling some sharp pain in my right hip, so you can come out of it and then ease back into it. And again, the trick here for a little extra space would be to send your feet towards the front of the mat. Exhale towards any tension. If it's not sharp pain, but it's just a tightness, send the exhale there. Try to hold on. If it's sharp pain, release yourself from it. 1 more breath. Slowly, with kindness, bring your knees pointing back towards the ceiling, and we'll just shift to the other side, sending them to the left. Noticing how in this first breath, maybe your knees are in a totally different position than how you ended on the other side. I think the trick to a practice like this is giving yourself permission. You're showing up for this short practice. Let yourself enjoy these long-held poses and know that you're nurturing yourself. 1 more breath on this side. Inhale, knees back to center slowly. And we'll bring the left ankle to rest on top of the right knee. And we're going to find this supine pigeon pose. So bringing your hands to hold behind the right thigh. Flex both feet just so that we're getting the most out of this. You can let go of the flexing your foot and then flex them again and notice the change of where you're feeling this. Again, 5 breaths here, trying to bring the right thigh towards your face. Don't strain. Just find a space that feels pretty good. It doesn't have to be the deepest. 3 more breaths. Come back to those nice deep inhales and exhales. And we're going to take our arms in cactus and slowly and gently bring the left foot towards the right side off the mat. You could cross your knees more if this feels like it's not going to work. You could cross your knees tight and then bring your legs down. This is just finding a space where your feet can rest on the floor. And you can spend 5 breaths relaxing into it. Maybe you feel this on your left side, low back area. Trying to relax your shoulders against the floor while they're holding on today. Whew. 2 more breaths. Let's gently inhale back to center. Squeeze your knees into your chest. And we're going to set this up on the other side. Feet come to the ground. Right ankle on top of left knee. Grab behind the right thigh. 5 breaths. Noticing the different sides and how they feel different. Try not to judge, just noticing. Feel free to close your eyes, but come back to the breath. 1 more inhale and exhale. Then bring your arms in cactus. We'll send that left foot, or that right foot to the left side of the mat. Left and right, man, are tough for me today. Checking what it feels like to go here or just cross the knees over one another. And if neither of those are working, you're finding a lot of tight space, let's come back to that knees pointed to the sky like that windshield wiper would work too. This is all about releasing tension, not finding more. So if you find a pose that just is not comfortable, it's not worth holding on to for this practice. 2 more breaths here. Inhale back to center. We'll just bring the legs out long. Hands can come together in prayer and bring the thumbs right up to the third eye. So try to relax your feet, your ankles let go, and your feet point to either side. Give yourself third eye a little massage by rubbing the thumbs in one direction and the other. And close your eyes. Send yourself some gratitude for showing up and for taking this practice so gently to care for yourself. And with that, namaste.